Hi guys, it's me Andrea. Today I will show you how I alter this chipboard, whatever it is, thing into a tag and work on it. I use Winkelmesser, yeah, whatever you call that in English. I haven't got a clue, but it's a little digital thing in it, and it's really fantastic to get the right um, Winkel. What is Winkel in English? Can't think of it at the moment. Oh, it's too late. It's really late, and it's still hot here, so sorry for that. And I will cut that out. You know, with this tool you get the right distance and the right edge. It's angled, so it's really difficult to do it only by eyeball it. So that's why I use this tool, and it works perfectly. I got it quite cheap, so the decision wasn't very difficult to make. I gessoed it, and now I will use this napkin. Half of it I will use like this in hole on the front, and the other half on the other side. And I put it down simply with Liquitex liquid medium. It's the matte medium. Press it down and put it on. And on the reverse, I will use, as I said, the same napkin, but I will tear it apart and put it on in pieces. It looks a bit more dynamic, something's going on, because I won't do more to the reverse. I think that's okay. Normally when I do these little tags, I'm not that fussy. I leave it with the stains and paint from the front, but on this one I think it looks so much better. I'm going for this stencil here that is a Paris theme, and I can't tell you from which company. I haven't got a clue. And you could see me making marks where the stencil stops, because I wanted to have a bit of dimension on the other side as well. So I used this dot stencil, and that's from Crafters Workshop. Yeah, I know something. Went a bit over the lines. Can remove this golden light modeling paste easily. So now I go over this stencil, and that's not that easy because it has a lot of huge open areas where you have to fill the modeling paste in. But it worked quite well. Clean the edges and let it dry, and then I use a gesso wash to go over it. It's gesso simply mixed with water, and the ratio, that's up to you, how much you want to have it covered or not. And I wanted to have the background looking through or shining through, and at the end you won't see a thing anyway. So, but at this point in time I didn't know that. And these are the greens I might use. I got a lot of stuff out, and at the end I didn't use half of it, but you have the choice. Okay, I start with a very light green on the bottom, and put a thin coat on, because I wanted to have it even thinner, and go over with a baby wipe and spread it out to the top. And for the top I use this, you can see, turquoise green. It is a green, and I point that out because this is a tag for the Facebook group Tag It Tuesday, and the theme this month is monochromatic or monochrome, and I decided to use greens, as you can see. So yeah, that's why I point out turquoise. That's a turquoise green. Okay, so I use now more different greens and put them down in patches. I used the neon, and here that is the light olive green. Mainly I use Amsterdam's, apart from one from Winsor Newton, and I think one green from Dilution Paint, again, exactly that one. And I spread this out over the whole tag, but very lightly, not pressing it down very, very firmly, and get this patchy pattern, and it brings everything a bit more together. You can see it's pretty patchy, but I like it. But as I said again, you won't see a lot at the end. That's how it works, you start with something and then you have your layers and layers and layers, and you don't really know what you will keep or see at the end. I saved the whole stuff now with a layer of acrylic binder that I can't remove what's already on, because I will do a glazing now, and for that I use the acrylic glazing from Golden and from Winsor & Newton, the dark olive green, and I mix it 1:1. That means 1 part paint and 1 part glazing medium. Mix it up well, and then I cover the whole tag with a fairly thick layer of this. And I cover everything. I make sure that everything really is covered in paint. And then you have to wait for the right point of, or the right grade of drying. And that's something you really have to practice to find out how dry it needs to be, that stuff stays on when you remove it with a baby wipe. But you can control it a bit, and it's up to you how much you will leave on or take off again. It's always better to take it off a bit earlier, because when it's too dry and you can't remove it, you can't really correct that. If you take it off too early, you can always put a second layer on. So that is really the best method to do. And for the Eiffel Tower and for the letters, I used the Maya Gold in Emerald. And it's Paris, come on, needs a bit of shine. And I will have this edges here with the black Maya Gold. And on the right, there's not really an edge because it's open. It's completely filled with modeling paste, so I make an edge up. I haven't got, that's the only stencil I have with the Eiffel Tower. Don't know why I bought it. I really don't like that, but yeah, it's quite useful for this tag. So I think I've used it once before. And to outline the letters, I use my ink pen and my Uniball ink pen. It's much more, or it's better to control. So over this raised area, I go with white acrylic paint with my brayer, and on the right, I use my fingers to have the gaps there a bit filled, but only touched up with white paint. You can see it here. There's not a lot. I wanted to have it mainly on the raised areas on the left. So a bit of highlights in the letters, and I think I will go over the Eiffel Tower. Well, yeah, I will, I think, later. First, I do a bit of shading. Means I'm using my big pit brush. I scribble a bit on my craft mat and then take it off with my water tank brush. Do the same on the Eiffel Tower. Bit of shading going on. And the white highlights in there as well, as I said. So, and then I thought, stamp with a green, that's Memento ink pad with green, can't really see it. And then I thought that's it, but it looked awfully boring. And yeah, then I went for this flower. I thought a few flowers on the tower would look nice. It's a self-adhesive stencil I have for ages, never used it. So this was the moment, yay. And put down these 3 clusters of flowers. And then I have this tree, that's Crafters Company or Crafters Workshop as well. And what I do is I go in with gesso first to, you can cover the next, or the paint you put on top of that will be visible much more. As you can see, it wasn't, but on this stencil the gaps are really tiny, and I didn't want to overdo it that the colors squeeze through. So that's why I used black, and that's clearly visible. And I go around the white flowers first with my micron in needlepoint 2 to give it a bit of etching, and the stencil, the tree itself was very, very patchy, so I use my Posca in black to bring everything together. Posca is the same, it's acrylic, so it doesn't matter if you use that or paint. It is better to control with the pen, definitely. So, and then I go back with white and I try to leave a black edge on both sides because I want to put the green down now. So that's why I need white, because the green wouldn't be visible on the black. But I go in and work on the flowers first. I put down a white acrylic in really thick, and I work on the clusters. First the white acrylic and then this light olive green on top. You can't see it here very clearly, but in the close-up you will see it much better. And then the next cluster I will do absolutely the same. White paint down first, really thick, and then the light olive green. And yeah, I would love to have used some red or pink or whatever, but monochrome, yeah, so go for green. And you can see the tree looks like a winter tree. It hasn't got any leaves or any blossoms or whatever. So I go in and use the dark olive green and thought about what to do, because I have these flowers on the Eiffel Tower and the tree looks fairly wintry. I go around the flowers again, but this time with black acrylic from my needlepoint bottle or needle thingy bottle, so that I keep a bit the same style than on the Eiffel Tower and the letters with this black etching. That works quite well. And then I thought I will make some dots around the tree, that it looks like it starts just to grow out some leaves in this neon green. Everything else wouldn't have been visible. So, and the fresh leaves, they are very, very light, aren't they? So at the end I etch with the leftover black acrylic paint, and that's it. The close-up will come up now. I like it much more now. It's more balanced, more going on. And that's it. And I will call it Paris in Spring. Yeah, obviously. Okay, and you can hardly see any background. In real life, there's here and there something from the napkin to see, but not really. And that's it. So I hope you like it. I hope you give me some thumbs up. I would be happy about that. And I thank you a lot for watching. And I hope I will see you soon with my next project. So stay tuned for that. Have a fantastic time, guys. Bye-bye.